Hey yo, my 3-minute hit about Amped Ventures, AMPD. Hi, I'm Parry from Equity.Guru. We do these little 3-minutes every day to talk about things that don't really warrant a full story, but are worth noting in the marketplace. And last week, something happened to Amp that was worth noting. Look, this is a company that I've been talking about for several years that I like a lot and have a large stake in. Let's get that out of the way right now. Late last year, this company, which is working in the high performance computing space, doing a lot of stuff with AI, doing a lot of stuff with the metaverse, doing a lot of stuff with virtual film production, in a lot of things, in a lot of places, starting to build something that is beginning to look like it could be a big fish. Problem is, Amp got in bed with a large shareholder who got a lot of stock, got a lot of warrants, got a lot of options, ran it up a little bit, and then started bleeding out those stocks and options, and is now, I hope, to a place where he's done all that. For a while there, anything that was above 17.5 cents got sold out. Realistically, unfortunately, this thing wasn't a buy, so I haven't been talking about it for 3 or 4 months because that was going on. I believe that that's stopped now. And the reason for that is in July, this thing went from as low as 12.5 cents up to 26 cents in just a handful of days. Now, why did it do that? Did it have massive news that was going to blow things out of the water? No. I believe that, I see a little bit of volume that drove up that share price. So someone's obviously buying out of the ordinary, but it wasn't such a great amount of stock that you would think that this thing would shoot the moon. And yet it doubled in share price in a week off one decent sized buying. So this tells you about the elasticity, the potential for this thing to pop. Now, I've had this thing for 2 years, and I've seen 50 cents and I've seen 10 cents. And I've held, not because I couldn't make money along the way buying and selling the damn thing, but because I believe in what they're doing, who they are, and how they're doing it. I believe that if I hold this thing like a blue chip New York Stock Exchange stock, that in time, it's going to 20 cents, 15 cents, 40 cents, 50 cents, 70 cents will just not even compute anymore. I do believe they're one big deal away from really taking it in a really positive direction. And that's why I still sit on this stock. Last week, from 12.5 cents to 25 cents, could have sold out, could have cleared some money, didn't do it. Even as it came back down again to 15 cents on the basis of someone else deciding they'd take their profits. I'm holding on. Technology stocks can go all over the place. They are very elastic, very volatile, and good news can pop them, and they can unpop on a random Thursday. But here's what I really like about Amped over the last several months. You want news? These guys have been putting out news. So as soon as Sheldon Inwintosh went and blew out a bunch of shares and threw things into a tailspin, you've got a consistent, over the last 2 months, through line of news that involves collaborations and reseller deals. Let me start. You've got a collaboration deal with CDM, agreement with Hammerspace. You've got a reseller agreement with Move.ai. You've got a partnership with Order in Box. You've got a reseller deal with AR Wall. You've got a deal with Variational AI. And you just had an MOU in the last month from a company called Unleash Future Boat, which is doing e-boating. That is a lot of deals, right? That's a lot of deal flow. Now, those deals aren't, we have sold $10 million worth of machinery to X. Those are, we are being resold by a range of technology companies around the world that specialize in various different parts of very interesting future tech. The one part of future tech that I think these guys are really, really going to be interesting in is in virtual film production. Just quickly, instead of building a set with a team of carpenters that you're going to shoot in for 3 minutes and then break down, instead of spending millions of dollars flying your entire crew to Morocco to shoot a sci-fi classic, you can create in what's called a virtual movie studio, which is a circular LED screen, right? There's LED screen wraps right the way around and over the top and on the floor. So instead of putting a actor in a green unitard with balls all over it and having to paint in a background later on and having that actor, pretend that there's Godzilla behind me, you can actually put Godzilla behind them. You can actually Have light sources coming from wherever you want them. You can say it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Hey, let's make it 5 o'clock in the morning. Let's put an extra tree in the background. Let's put a couple of bad guys in the background. Let's make it a stadium full of people. Using the Unreal video game engine and enough computer power, hence amped, to actually process all of this in real time, you get a system where you can shoot the movie in real time with the backgrounds, with the monsters, with the everything that would normally take months to get painted in, millions of dollars, extensive time delays, and the potential that you're going to have to go and reshoot things that you didn't get the first time. Instead, you can see exactly what it looks like in camera as you're doing it. The actors can see what's chasing them while they're doing it. And where amped comes in is that requires a shit ton of computer power. And I'm not talking AWS computer power. I'm not talking you send petabytes of data across the internet on a busy Friday afternoon before Cyber Monday to Amazon to sit on their clunky one-size-fits-all system. I'm talking bespoke systems designed specifically for the production, housed in the same room as they're being shot, right? With all the tools that they need rather than the tools that AWS insists they use. This is a good deal, cheaper deal, better deal that will constantly bring in more money, more money, more money for amped. It's not going to happen tomorrow, but if you've seen The Mandalorian, you've already seen virtual movie production in full swing, and it is how movies are being made now. There is a lineup of people that want to use local facilities that do this stuff, and amped is plugged in at the highest level. You will start seeing that affect their bottom line soon. That is why I'm still in there. It's why I haven't sold a damn share in a couple of years. It's why, even though I'm down from my purchase price, I still look at this thing as being one of the best investments I've made, and I believe that it's going to be a big thing. AMPD, as soon as the shenanigans of a small shareholder base are out of the way, as soon as enough people have recognized this thing and believe in this thing, as soon as the metaverse starts becoming more than a Mark Zuckerberg toy and it becomes obvious that amped is right in the middle of that space, I honestly believe this thing is going to be the legacy. Also, not a client.